We've pulled up at Mason Bay and there was water like dripping out of the caravan, and a lady said there's a lot of water pouring out of your van. Our kitchen tap was on. The van is saturated. The good old pot drawer has bounced out.
Good idea to use the last of the water in the tank to do the washing the towels, wasn't it?
We'd only just left Bremer Bay when one simple mistake flooded the caravan.
But after one of the roughest roads we've driven anywhere in Australia, we also stumble across one of WA's most beautiful beach towns.
After an incredible stay in Bremer Bay, it was time to keep heading east along Western Australia's spectacular south coast. Our next stop, Mason Bay. But before leaving, well, we had to top up our water tanks.
Final drive into Mason Bay certainly wasn't gentle. We've driven some shocking corrugated roads around Australia, including the Ningaloo, but this one gives them a serious run for its money. We've pulled up at Mason Bay and there was water like dripping out of the caravan, and a lady said there's a lot of water pouring out of your van. We opened the door.
Hey. Watch this.
And hang on. Our kitchen tap was on, water pump was on, and the van is saturated. So the floor, we've been on a corrugated road, the good old pot drawer has bounced out, the floor is soaked. So we need to just get into our site and dry things out, which is why we always turn the water pump off when we're traveling. But today we turned it on because we did a load of washing while we were filling up the water, and we flushed out our drains and didn't turn the water pump back off, so we've probably lost a tank of water, I would say. So I've already been sweeping water out as much as possible. We've got the van tilted to the front to help it drain to the door, but this is what half a tank of water on your floor looks like. Oh, now we've got it tilted to the front. Oh, got all the water in here. You can see the pools of water. Lucky for us, our van is fully composite, including the floor, and all the silicone seals held perfectly. We spent the afternoon drying everything out, and despite plenty of people warning us that we'd end up with mould, several months later we've had absolutely no issues.
Good idea to use the last of the water in the tank to do the washing the towels, wasn't it? Turn the water pump on while we're filling up our water tank.
It's only the second time we've ever done it, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh baby, what happened? Oh,
I've done
an egg.
I've done myself an ouchie.
You have done yourself an ouchie. That's what happens in caravans with overhead covers, isn't it? Especially when you're in a hurry doing other things. Boy, you've got a good egg there.
All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put the dreamer.
The campground has toilets, although someone else seemed pretty keen to use them before we did.
If you want me, say it for real. And I don't know what happens.
Unfortunately, the weather wasn't doing Mason Bay any favours. A cyclone up north had pushed huge amounts of seaweed onto the beach. Even so, you could still tell that on a good day, this place is absolutely stunning.
Oh, bring me back to that day. I had all of this waiting ahead. It kills to be halfway.
We've walked around the point from Mason Bay campground to the right, and we've come down to this beach. It's 2 k's to walk down here. Good walk. Bit of rock hopping, not too bad. Bit of soft sand, again not too bad. But look at this, it's a completely different landscape to around in the bay. Wild, rugged, beautiful.
Call you up, you're on the other side. Say my name, kiss my name, believe no more. It's like we're right.
Decided to walk home on this inland track because we thought it would be easier. Oh, not so far. We'll let you know when we get to the end if it was or not.
The quiet.
That was a steep hill to come up and soft and sandy, but it's good for our fitness. We're getting fitter and fitter every day. Ooh, we made it to the road.
Just a few minutes away is Starvation Bay, another rugged stretch of this incredible coastline.
This is Starvation Bay, which is just down from Mason Bay. Pretty, isn't it? No seaweed here. Like, check out these big seabirds. Not sure what they are, but they're at Mason Bay as well. Hop down to Starvation Bay just to have a look and check out what it was like. And it's really pretty. No seaweed down here, which is a bit different to Mason Bay. It must face a different direction and pick up different currents and different winds, but it is really pretty, really rugged, but some beautiful colours, nice rocks. You could actually go for a good walk around Starvation Bay, I reckon. Some people say Mason Bay is better. Others say Starvation Bay is better. I don't know, we're staying at Mason Bay, it's pretty good. Let us know your thoughts.
Do you remember when we were 2 kids, street racing down the shitty streets? Didn't care.
So after losing half a tank of water, we headed back into Hopetoun to top everything up. It's only about 20 minutes drive from Mason Bay and has just about everything an off-grid traveller could ask for. Fuel, water, a supermarket, pub, laundry, hot showers, and even a caravan-friendly car wash. Hey guys, just want to show you this service station car wash at Hopetoun. It's fantastic. We couldn't find any petrol stations, and then we happened to drive past it, and here it is, a serve yourself pay station servo with a great drive-through car wash there that's good for the caravans and really good access for a caravan. That's one of the things we struggle with, is when we come in here into these places with the van, is being able to get in and out easily, and that's a really good in and out. That didn't last long.
I was driving down the coastline. I had no thought of destination. I was just hoping it would make me feel fine. I guess it was some kind of contemplation.
After the drama at Mason Bay, arriving at Quagi felt like a reward. This first come, first served campground has around 15 sites, although they're not all suitable for big rigs. There's an honesty box when you arrive, although with 3 different signs showing different prices. We're still not exactly sure what we were supposed to pay. One thing we do know, there's no drinking water here, so make sure you arrive with full tanks.
So they say that you should come down to the infinity pool here at Quagi Beach when it's low tide and low swell. I can see why. This place is wild. I'm kind of glad I saw it today because I wasn't coming down for a swim.
I've got a thing to say. You just let me speak.
We didn't film a great deal while we were here. Sometimes it's nice to put the cameras away, catch up with good friends, and simply enjoy where you are. But Quagi still had one final surprise waiting for us. One thing we've learnt after years on the road is that every traveller has a story about something that's gone wrong. This one just happens to be ours.
Join us next time. We continue exploring WA's spectacular south coast and we visit one of the state's most talked about free camps. Is it open or is it closed? What we find hidden in the bushes here genuinely disgusts us.
Could you be more of a pig?
Then we finish our Western Australia adventure in one of the most iconic beaches, Lucky Bay.
If you've enjoyed coming along with us, we'd love to have you as part of our Salty Life community. Hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next episode. Stay salty.
Already